The dangers of driving and texting are not up for debate. But when does investigating an accident go too far and infringe on civil liberties? With me is former Rye, New York Police Commissioner Anthony Schembri, who joins us from Orlando, and New Jersey criminal defense attorney Vincent Sanzone, who's here with me in New York. Now, let me tell you something, guys. I used to run. I will not run on the street because everybody's texting and driving, and I don't want to lose a leg for no reason. So we now have this proposal in New Jersey that the police can confiscate a cell phone at the scene of an accident. Is this legal, Commissioner Schembri, and will it make a difference?
I think it will make a difference. Number one, under the Stored Communications Act, the government can seize historical cell site records. Number two, you're looking at it as a cell phone. To me, it's evidence. And I seize evidence because you cannot go back to get it.
All right, but what do you think, Vincent? I mean, is this something that should be seized? Do we need a law? Do they need probable cause? Is the law clear?
Well, the law is should fail under constitutional standards. It's first of all, the law is vague, the law is ambiguous, and it gives too much discretion to the law enforcement officer on the scene. It's clearly a violation of the Fourth Amendment.
All right, so you're saying that if police respond to an accident and there's a phone there, they shouldn't be able to seize the phone?
No, because it's not contraband per se. It's not evidence. It's not fruits, evidence, and instrumentality of a crime. It is not.
Yeah, but you know what? I wonder if it's an instrumentality. I mean, isn't alcohol and drunk driving, Commissioner Schembri? When you think about alcohol as being an aggravating factor to someone driving that turns an accident into an intentional act?
Absolutely, absolutely. If I see any evidence in a car, I'm going to seize it. And this is a test of the Fourth Amendment.
Where?
And if they don't like it, their remedy...
What?
The remedy is a motion to suppress.
Yeah, but how far do you go to seize it? What do you do? Check under the seat? Does it have to be in plain view? I mean, how far?
Well, again, you mentioned the expectation of privacy, okay? And we don't know whether or not cell phone records have an expectation of privacy. If you remember when garbage was searched, that went to the Supreme Court. Yeah. And it said the expectation of privacy was no good because it was abandoned property.
And you're right. The Supreme Court has not been called upon to resolve what are disparate rules concerning warrantless seizures of cell phones.
Judge, the cell phone is our personal computer. It's our mobile computer. We have important information on that cell phone. We have personal data. We have banking information. We have text messages. We have voice messages. We have all sorts of stuff, pictures. Do we really want law enforcement to rifle through this information? And where's the firewall? Pursuant to this proposed law, they supposedly are only able to look at the data on the phone. But who's going to do that? How are they going to do that?
Well, can't they do it, Commissioner, can't they do it after the fact? Do they have to actually seize the phone then? You know, call the NSA, call Google. They probably have all this stuff. Verizon.
In fact, Judge, they could do a preservation letter. Law enforcement does it all the time. If they're concerned about the cell phone information being destroyed by the service carrier, they could do a preservation letter.
Is a text message itself preserved? No.
3 to 7 days, according to the carrier. But are they really looking at the text message itself or the data usage and the data history? I think this law has to address the data history and data usage. That's what this law is about.
That's a good point, Commissioner. If they're looking at the data usage and the time, then that's something that they can get down the road, issue a subpoena to get that information. Commissioner?
They can, but it's also physical evidence. And if I have a bloody phone, I would like to walk that phone into a courtroom.
I'll bet you would. I bet you wouldn't hesitate to take that, Commissioner.
Okay. We're making a law enforcement officer on the scene a judge. The law enforcement officer is making a judicial termination without a judicial warrant, without probable cause, to seize something that's very personal, very private. And I think that's a further erosion of our constitutional rights.
We'll see what happens.
That's the issue
but why
here.
New Jersey? Why is New Jersey the only state doing this? I mean, people getting killed left and right, young people, everybody. Anyway, you know why?
There's a 10% increase in deaths because of texting.
All right, Commissioner Chambry and Anthony Sanzone, thanks for being with us. And now it's time for tonight's